Hi guys, this is Gadget Man 404 and this is a long flight, people, but it is well worth it. This is the old American Adventure site. If anyone ever went there back in the 80s, mid 80s, it was like Alton Towers for the East Midlands, and it was just through Ilkeston, between Ilkeston and Heanor. Unfortunately, it wasn't making enough money, so they closed this place down, and now they're going to be building 300 homes on this site. Went flying again today. This is with my Bebop. Bebop is a great drone. The limitations, I would say, to the Bebop 1 are batteries. Stock batteries, you only get 5-6 minutes, and then the higher the capacity, the heavier, and that drains more energy, so you're not gaining much. So if anyone knows of lighter batteries, non-stop lighter batteries that are higher capacity, please drop me a message in the comments and I will look into it, because I've got some higher capacity batteries, but they are quite a bit heavier than the original. But this is the flight I did the other day with my Phantom. So I'm getting I'm getting even better range with the Bebop than I did with my Phantom. The only reason with the Phantom is I couldn't really see clearly enough with my FPV. With this being streamed back to me at 1080p or converted down to 720, you can see the trees, you can see everything. And this site is an amazing place to fly. And I wanted to push my battery. Now it's only taking me like 2 minutes to fly to the other side of the lake, and the lake is a good 400 meters wide, or just under. It's a long way either way. It's a fair way from one end to the other.
And I just wanted to do the same flight that I did with my Phantom, but as you can see, no jello. It's nowhere near as fast. I don't like flying this fast because spoiler alert, if you want to watch this to the end, I only just got back, and I turned back at 70%, and it took me 69% to get there, and I managed to do it in 30% to get back. So it's a great drone. I just want to get some better batteries that give me longer flight times. Like with the Bebop 2, you get 20-25 minutes with the stock batteries, because they're 4,000 milliamps. Why can't they make a 4,000 milliamp battery the same shape for the Bebop 1, and then that is twice as much, nearly 3 times as much as the stock battery, so you'll get
absolutely tons and tons of flying. But just look at this flight, people. Now this is, I don't know what this is called, but there's a house at the top. I'll call it a castle, because it's sort of like the spiral of the spiral staircasey type thing. And there's gardens that I'm just flying over now. People walk their dogs. That gravel area, sort of middle of the screen now, is where you park your car, and there are ramps at the side, so if you're disabled you can still be wheeled around Shipley Park. This is part of Shipley Park, like the back end of Shipley Park if you like. I'm just pushing it. Looking at my battery strength, I'm about 55% left at this time, so I'm still continuing to keep going. And just look at the views. I mean, this is a Bebop 1. I mean, it's an amazing drone. I don't know why people slate it. It is not a bad drone. I was going to take a video, then I decided to do a return to home. I'm flying over the trees. Now what I go to do, instead of going the quickest route back, is obviously straight across the corner of this lake, but I don't want it to come down, because when it gets to about 5% and whatever it's doing, you can't control the yaw and all that kind of thing. If it's coming down, it's coming down, and you can't move it left or right. And I don't want it to come down in the lake, because the battery, once it starts to go flat, it goes flat pretty quick. So I'm letting it do its own thing now, but in a minute I'll turn left. So if it comes down, what I would have done is I'll turn the camera to look down and I'd have picked a spot to land, and then I would have gone to retrieve the drone. There's builders working here. I would have asked them if I can go on the site and get it, and I'm pretty sure they would have let me go, because I'm not going to do no damage. There's nothing here. But I did make it back, but only just, people. And I think the flight was originally, I think it was like 9.5 odd minutes. With a bit of editing, it come down to 8 minutes something. But I mean, the video is awesome on this drone, and I love the fact that it has got the gimbal. So even on a really windy day, you might get the odd propeller coming shot, but that's because it's like a floating frame. You've got like 2 frames, if you like. The camera's on the top bit, and all the computers and processors on the bottom, and they move side to side, left and right, up and down, and try to compensate for the vibrations. And also it's got the electronic image stabilization, which in conjunction with the softening balls and the frame can move, it pretty much takes out any jello at all. I mean, there is no jello. I did the same flight with my Phantom today. Drop me a comment if you want me to post it. I'll have to edit it and all that, but that was really long. I was flying that one flight for over 19 minutes, and I still had another 7 minutes flight left. I did another flight after that. But like I say, I'll get too much jello with the Phantom at the moment. The drone itself is more than capable of going the distance, and the batteries are lasting long, and the motors are fine, and everything is working perfectly. Just I don't have a fixed gimbal, and I would love to get a gimbal that works actually, like a third-party gimbal. If anybody knows of any that you know works, there's the builders now, look, just walking down in the orange high-vis jackets. So I'll come into the middle of the screen just about now. I'm just to the left as I'm turning, and I'm just over the other side of that metal blue fence. But it's just so nice up here. I mean, look at the views. I mean, that's taking you, that road there at the top left hand corner, that's taking you into Ilkeston. They're building porter cabins to house the porter cabins on those bricks. Well, they're like stilts to get them off the floor. And I just love it round here, and I want to fly around here as much as I can, because eventually when they start building here, I won't be able to fly here anymore, because I won't be flying over people and all that kind of thing. So drop me a comment if you like this video. This was the Bebop 1 epic drone. Still love it. And yeah, I will try and get a gimbal for my Phantom, but if anybody wants to donate one, I'd be very much appreciated. Gadget Man 404 out.